Hey guys, Reverse AMV here with my third YouTube video. Gosh, I've been missing on Apples for about a month. I have a good reason. I've been caught up with two series that I could not put down, be it anime, manga, or light novel. But enough about that. I will talk more about that in a later video. You're here for a No Longer Human review. So yeah, I'm going to do things a little bit different from most people. I'm just going to give you an overly in-depth review about No Longer Human without spoiling too much. I'm going to split this video into 5 sections. The first being the background. Second being a mini non-spoiler review for you guys. 3, the impact of this story. 4, how did this series get out of print? And where did I buy it and where can you obtain it, more importantly? And lastly, how much you should spend for this series and is it worth it at the end? So, without further ado, let's get started. For the background, it was originally a novel written by Osamu Dazai back in 1948. 10 years later, it was released in English as being Japan's second best-selling novel. It has elements of an autobiography, and shortly after this novel was published, Osamu Dazai died. Now, to the manga. As you can see in front of you, it's drawn by Usumaru Furuya back in February of 2009, and completing it at April of 2011. Later that same year, around October of 2011 to February of 2012, it was released in English by Vertical for $10.95. This manga comprised of 12 chapters, being split into 3 volumes in front of you. It is flipped. So, yeah, it's flipped and read from left to right as opposed to the traditional right to left. But before you read it, I have to warn you, this manga has some explicit content that you have to be 16 years or older to read. Well, you could read it younger, but it'll have less of an impact. Well, let's get started to the mini manga review. I don't want to spoil too much. This story follows a mangaka who found 3 images on the internet. The mangaka just found it really intriguing, I guess, of these 3 images. And it's similar to our cover. Where the first image is a very young, handsome boy, evolving and growing old. The 3 volumes in front of you split into fairly simple age range of being adolescent to high school life to young adulthood, and young adulthood to the end of the main character's lifespan. So that's the gist of it. The meat and grit of nitty-gritty of this manga is, how should I explain it without spoiling? The main character is a very unique kind of person, much like us. He feels alienated. He doesn't fit in with the people around him. He puts on a facade to the people around him just to make friends, and that's much like us. We try to fit in with the people around us, and we generally do stuff that makes us look like fools. And that's what happened. And you just basically follow this main character who doesn't know what to do with his life and just goes forward. And much like us right now, it's highly relatable. And I'm going to just stop right there. I know it's not very good. I could improve on it, but I just don't want to spoil it too much, so I'll just end it there. I'm going to just talk about the impact it had on me. It made me feel sympathetic and relatable. It made me feel like, what if my life had been what if my life had just just done something? What if I just did something wrong? What if I just made the same decision that the main character did? Would my life end up exactly like this? And that's what I felt. It was extremely relatable. It made me reevaluate my life. And that's what made it such a good manga. And I don't know, I just don't want to spoil it too much, but that's what it had on me. I binge read this whole entire series and I just sat there afterwards just contemplating, wow, this manga is really deep. And I'll just leave it there. So I'm going to move on to the next section. How did this series get out of print in the first place? Well, Vertical claimed that there was a communication issue acquiring the rights to this manga. And prior to acquiring this right, they released all 3 of these volumes prematurely. And so, when the rights of this was in question, they had to stop publishing the series. It went out of stock towards the end of at the end of April of 2015, I believe. So yeah, how I got these mangas. I got the first volume at Amazon for $10, Barnes & Nobles for the second, and eBay for the third. $10 for volume 2, $15 for volume 3. I got all 3 of these volumes after it was out of print. So, yeah, if you look hard enough, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Down in the links below, I'm going to leave multiple links from the sources that I use for this video, and a couple links for volumes 1 and volumes 3 specifically. Both of those links goes to Barnes & Nobles. For the first volume, you can buy it for $49.99 by a third-party seller called Stacked. And by the same third-party seller for volume 3, you can buy it for $139. Unfortunately, these are the lowest prices that I can find for you guys, despite it being over $50, or nearly $50 for both of these. But those are the lowest price I can find for you from a reliable source that is providing you new manga. So take it or leave it. And if you feel that it's unjustifiable to buy this for nearly 3 times, 5 times, 10 times the original retail price, you might luck out right here. Junji Ito is making an adaptation of Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human called Ningen Shikaku. It was released in Japan last October, and the first volume is complete. I believe there's 2. Not sure. I'll leave all the links down in the description below. So yeah, if we are lucky enough, some publisher will find Ningen Shikaku and hopefully release it, and then I will buy it. Just hands down, I would buy it. So, I'm going to move on to the last segment. Is this manga worth it? Unfortunately, yes. It's highly worth it. It's highly worth your investment. I would say if you want all 3 of these volumes, the correct price to pay for it is around $60 to $100 for all 3, of course. It's nearly 3 times the amount of retail, but unfortunately, buying all three for $100 is really unrealistic. So, I'm gonna help you out a little bit here. This ends my mini No Longer Human review. But, sorry, I have to put down my notes for this. If you guys want No Longer Human and cannot afford or cannot find Volume 3, I have one. Right here. Yeah. I have an extra Volume 3. I paid $70 off of Barnes & Noble's before I got that one of the other volume for $15 on eBay. Yeah, I paid $70 from Barnes & Noble's, from Stacked. That's why I know that it's reliable. Anyways, if you want this volume, I don't know what to do, honestly. But just leave me some comments down below and just let me know how you want me to pick the winner. I don't know when I'm going to send it out, but I'll do my best to do it. Hopefully before Christmas, but don't quote me on that. But I will get it out to a winner, be it from subscription, likes, and comments, or just whatever. Just whatever it is, leave a comment down below, and I'll probably pick the best comment or the ones that has the most like, and I'll just follow that idea. Maybe if you leave a comment saying, I don't know, someone who loves the series, I don't know, and then that comment has like 100 likes or something, I'll pick that person as a winner. I don't know. You guys can decide how I'm gonna give it to you guys. And I don't want it to give it to the first person comments. It's not really fair. And I'm gonna make one restriction. The person I'm giving it to has to provide proof that they don't own this series prior, and they don't own specifically volume number 3. I don't want to give it to someone and they just sell it, or they just sell it off. I wanted to genuinely give it to somebody who wants it, someone who doesn't have it and really wants to invest in the series. So yeah, this is my Is This Worth It manga review. Comment below, let me know for the giveaway, and is this helpful? And if it's not, tell me where I can improve. Anyways, I've stalled long enough. 13 minutes is pretty long. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you on the flip side.